Well, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Equilex and Hankk. This game taking place here on Shallow Grave. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to the 8 times speed as Equilex spawns as the purple human player here at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, Hankk has spawned as the orange orc. Alright, things are already getting underway. 2-minute mark just reached. It is going to be Farseer going up against an Archmage. Farseer Headhunters up against Archmage Footman early on. No fast tech to tier 2, but we do see a scout tower now being placed down here. Lightning Shield being used to, well, perhaps try to deal a little bit of additional bonus damage. Not close enough to the Ogre Warrior to make much of a difference, though, as the Footman takes a little bit of damage from that Lightning Shield as well. Creep camp will be cleared up. Meanwhile, Farseer is already inbound with harassment plans in order, as the Archmage is close to level 2. Arcane Tower about 1/3 of the way through. Peasants are already back and should be able to get in plenty of repairs. However, the Spirit Wolves have some ideas of their own and want some peasant blood. Peasant now trying to run back around here. Archmage is going to go after those units. They're running around this one militia. Beautifully done so far. Going to go ahead and stop one of those Spirit Wolves as the Farseer takes quite a bit of damage. We'll see where that unit is going to be going. There is the deny. Beautifully played by Equilex. Wow, very good micro coming out from well, 2 players so far that I have not seen quite before. Leisure, thank you for joining me this morning. Hopefully this game will be an entertaining game for you, well, to watch and enjoy. All right, very close to level 2 right now. That level 2 bonus, that Brilliant Aura, makes such a big impactful difference that Hankk has to be very careful with those Spirit Wolves. Constantly resummoning, constantly trying to, well, not give any free experience opportunities for Equilex. Otherwise, the Archmage will be able to put down a lot more pressure with all of those water elementals. Mana resource management is what the name of the game is right here. Going after this wolf, a little bit of damage being dealt back on both sides. Spirit Wolf actually down to 138 hit points, but the time life is actually a little bit farther back, and it looks as though the wolf will be able to back away due to timed life. Dust Wallow Dweller, thank you for tuning in once more as we're looking at the rogues and the remainder of this creep camp now getting pressured in. New Spirit Wolves have been resummoned here. Footman looking to perhaps clear out and get some damage. Defend may be done. Is defend done? Defend's halfway there. And with defend now nearly done here, we could see a little bit of, well, great play. And, well, some actual engagements. Archmage down to the south does get to level 2, picks up a Gloves of Haste, and now tries to back away here. That Brilliance Aura is incredibly important, as I mentioned earlier. Now up to, well, 330 mana on the high end, and also with that Brilliance Aura being able to summon up more water elementals. Techs to tier 2 are well underway here, and we're just transitioning nicely. No crazy strange tactics from either of these players as of yet, as the Great Hall should be done, and we should be looking at our second hero momentarily. All right, also spiked barricades, very early researched by Hankk here to try and protect from any Footman harassment here. Footman do have defend, will be able to reflect a bit of damage back, but the Archmage finds himself in a little bit of a dangerous spot as he goes up against a lot of Headhunters, Spirit Wolves, and Grunts here without the support of the rest of that army. Giant Sea Turtle also doing a little bit of poking damage back here. Farseer will stay at level 2, picking up a potion of replenishment. Is this ladder or tournament? This is ladder. Well, you guys can't tell, but this was taken from the W3 Champions ladder. Hence the reason why I know that is that there is an actual FLO replay vision as opposed to, well, actual having real observers in the game. So there was no participants here. Anyways, breaking things down, Rogue Wizard trying to go after those Spirit Wolves. Their Spirit Wolves doing a bit of scouting off to the north. Forest Troll Warlord not going to do a lot of damage here at all, as the Footmen do have defend, able to reflect back much of that damage here. Potion of Greater Healing going to be dropped. 2 Forest Troll Trappers going to get finished off here. I don't believe that is going to give level 3. Just going to be a little bit shy, 16 experience shy from level 3, as the Tauren Chieftain is already out here on the battlefield. it is going to be a Tauren Chieftain versus a Mountain King. We should see a transition into dual Arcane Sanctums, or at least one Arcane Sanctum, and perhaps some Riflemen, as the Tauren Chieftain, once he gets level 2 Stomp at level 3, becomes a real wrecking house for the current composition that Equalex has. Coming back down off to the other side here, Archmage level 3 here gets level 2 Water Elementals, I believe. No, goes for level 2 Brilliance Aura. So level 2 Brilliance Aura to help support that Mountain King in all of his Stormbolt and Hammering endeavors. Mountain King going to be throwing that hammer and, well, dropping the hammer or clapping with that hammer as well, most likely, if we see such a high investment in mana early on. Yep, there it is. Level 1 Thunderclap and level 1 Stormbolt. Still don't see any Priest out onto the battlefield. They are now getting added in. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Farseer trying to aggro and pull away. Tauren Chieftain may try to throw in a couple of stomps here, but both sides are just taking it easy, doing a lot of creeping. Mountain King, Ogre Magi gonna go ahead and take it down here. Ogre Mauler gonna go and gonna fall as well. Mountain King gonna get very close to level 3, I believe, but I don't believe we'll get there. 544 creep camp. Trying to do the math in my head. No, not. I don't believe that's gonna be enough, since there is a little bit of diminutive returns on experience. Normally it would work. However, the Scourge Bone Chimes were quickly sold. Could have at least waited until after this creep camp was done. He had the item slot unless he really needed that gold for something. Oh, was it on the dot? All right, it was on the dot. So my apologies. I thought it was just going to be just shy being on the dot on experience right there. Mountain King now making its way over, going for level 2 Thunderclap. Meanwhile, Farseer trying to put in some pressure as some, well, peasants are going to end up getting taken down here. Stormbolt could be coming down. Are we going to be looking at a Thunderclap? Yes, we are. Thunderclap followed by a Stomp. Damage higher on the clap. Stomp much more stunning, so to speak, as the Mountain King still looking to engage here. Tauren Chieftain does have a Mana Stone and also a Pendant of Energy. Both sides are going to be, well, really, really shining with that second hero and that, well, Thunderclap and Stomp. Meanwhile, Headhunters are trying to push their way in. Priest trying to back away. Water Elementals trying to absorb damage as the Grunts are diving straight on into that backline position. This is a dangerous, dangerous proposition as the Arcane Tower is unable to get any damage onto, well, the Farseer and that Tauren Chieftain, trying to remove a little bit of mana here as the Priests are getting poked away one at a time by those Headhunters. Mountain King is going to be able to survive here. A little bit of a dangerous spot. Priest is still trying to stay alive. No, he ends up getting taken down. Mountain King does not have enough mana for a Stormbolt as we see a tactical retreat by Hankk. All right, Purge also on the Water Elementals from the Shaman. It looks like Hankk smells blood, looking to deal some devastating blows here. Rifleman trying to fire back as well. Riflemen do have a little bit of a range upgrade. Can get some damage onto those Shaman, but you can see that this position is just not good for Equalex at all. There goes another Rifleman here. Experience level higher for the Tauren Chieftain and that Farseer, as they perhaps may be trying to go after the main base here, as there are a handful of units just hanging back. More peasants also being trained up as well, as those peasants are trained. Well, they can turn into militia and rejoin in on the fight. All right, Hankk is in good control of this game, even though he is currently in low upkeep. At 51 upkeep, that is the least, the least popular supply behind 81 supply, as both sides are just trying to put pressure, or one side trying to put pressure, the other side trying to stop all of this here. Mountain King does have does get healed up, continuing the fight here. Mountain King could throw down another Thunderclap, does do that, and 2 Thunderclaps suddenly changes the outcome of this battle here, as there's so much damage coming back across. Lightning Shield going down here. Militia getting taken down, and Hankk may have overstayed his welcome. Talk about the sudden shifts. That Mountain King and that Thunderclap making such a dramatic difference here, trying to finish off more of those units. Archmage does not have Boots of Speed. Mountain King has the Boots of Speed, as we could see some more engagements here. Kodo Beast coming in from behind, perhaps going to try and dine and dash onto a Rifleman, as you see a Stomp right there, and yes, he does eat a Rifleman once there. All right, Mountain King getting purged down, unable to go after that Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast could be in a little bit of trouble. Mountain King does have Ring of Regeneration and has the Scroll of Town Portal transferred back over. Archmage, Lightning Shield now given to the Archmage. Archmage dealing a little bit of, well, accidental damage to that unit right there, as the Priest are healing back up once again. All right. the Ring of Regeneration, making a dramatic difference, I would say, on that Mountain King. Mountain King regenerating hit points, well, pretty consistently, and seems to always have just enough in the tank as the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer try to overstay their welcome a little bit longer. 48 supply to compare to 40, taking down more peasants. Are we going to see any units lost? No, we are not. Tactically using that Scroll of Town portal to get in a last bit of damage and shut down the economy of Equalix. Equalix? Yeah, I guess that's how you would say his name. Anyways, spiked barricades are here. I can't tell if it's the what level of spiked barricades it is. They do look very, very pointy indeed, as raiders, grunts, and headhunters all getting healed back up. Pendant of energy drops so that clarity potion, well, essentially recovers more mana by the time the Tauren Chieftain picks it up later. It's just Alex. It's Alex and Hankk. It makes me makes me feel like I'm like casting a buddies game, right? Like Alex is over here, Hankk is over here. Equalix. I don't know. I like Equalix. Equalix. Or is it EQU is like the team name? But that's just funny. Like, yeah, casting the game here. Rifleman low on hit points in the back, getting healed up. Did have Bloodlust temporarily, it felt like. Or was I clicking on something else? Anyways, Archmage finishing off the remainder of this creep camp. Meanwhile, Hankk is now putting in pressure inside the main base. You could, well, the remains of the previous battle is not even done, and now in comes another grunt looking to get in more damage here across multiple peasants, trying to finish things off. Lightning shield eating through some of those units as the grunt gets left behind. Mountain King now running back off to the north here. We're looking at constant transition. Kodo Beast could be coming back the other way as the Arcane Vault is getting repaired once more. All right, Alex has constantly been playing this back and forth game, trying to defend against Hankk, and so far there's been great plays by both sides. Hankk has been in control of this game in some instances, but that was not as good of a stomp as I would have expected, as the Tauren Chieftain now gets up to level 4. Lightning Shield now starting to eat away at this front line. Tauren Chieftain now throws down a stomp and now is being forced to back away. Chain Lightning trying to finish off some of those units as you see another priest getting taken down. All right, Stomp, Chain Lightning, one nasty 1-2 combination. Tauren Chieftain could try and back away. There's a massive Thunderclap going back the other way as well, as the Tauren Chieftain ends up getting a little bit of arcane damage. There's another Stomp once more, trying to slow out some of the damage output from the human army, as they are currently stunned here, as grunts could get shot one at a time. There goes one grunt, there goes another grunt, and suddenly 6 supply gone in 2 pulls of a trigger. Equalix a little bit in trouble though, as he is starting to lose units as well, and both sides are just going to turn into high-level heroes in just a little bit, as we're looking at level 4 across the board. 51 supply compared to 48. Mountain King nearing level 5, trying to go after or trying to recover some of this dangerous situation here. Mountain King still has the Ring of Regeneration. Invisibility now onto the Archmage, as Archmage will end up surviving as all of the units are trying to tactically retreat back. Ensnare onto a Rifleman, blocking the path of the Mountain King as the units are still trying to retreat back once more. Rifleman gets taken down, purged down the Water Elemental, and Hankk feels like he has the momentum and is trying to continue to go for the push. Downside here is that there is a lot of low hit point units. If he is not careful, it could end up taking more damage back the other way, as the Mountain King finds a Stormbolt or finds a Potion of Mana, gets up to level 4, or stays at level 4, trying to finish off some more units. Rifleman going to end up getting taken down. No, he's able to back away and actually get in a little bit of damage, as the Mountain King just now shy of level 5. Rifleman still gets taken down. Tauren Chieftain gets Stormbolted. He is completely surrounded by his own friendly units, trying to break free, down to 106 hit points and able to back away. Mountain King with that Ring of Regeneration, still constantly regenerating hit points. I believe it's 2 hit points a second, and he's constantly been regenerating hit points. Had to have recovered over, I don't know, like 1,000 hit points by now, if depending on when he has gotten that ring. Mountain King continue to fight. There's a big monstrous Thunderclap there, trying to finish off more units. Archmage not close enough to level 5, as we're still seeing Slow go down. There goes another Raider, and Hankk once more is kind of bleeding. If you are running away in WarCraft 3, you are generally losing, and that is what's happening. Shallow Grave is a pretty cool map. To be honest, has grown on me. Well, this does seem like a shallow grave for both orc and human units. Both sides just constantly losing units left and right at a much faster rate. than I would have normally thought. Are there still dead bodies here? No, no dead bodies here. Just a no. The entire battlefield is littered with dead bodies. You just can't see them all. Archmage gets up to level 5, now goes for level 3 water elementals over the level 2 variety. Reason being is, well, the Shaman's Purge would eat away at level 2 water elementals just far too much. You want some effectiveness out of them, and if you can make sure that the Shamans just don't have that much mana, it does make a big difference. Coming back to the other side, Tauren Chieftain is sitting at level 4. Lightning Shield onto a Raider, looking to put in more pressure here. There is some repairs in order. Grunt's now trying to run on in, and here comes the army from the north. Tauren Chieftain throws in a Stomp. There's a Thunderclap. There's a Lightning Shield as stuns to go around. Sorceresses and Priests trying to do their magic as the Archmage could be in a bit of trouble. Down to 200 hit points. Could be down to dead here as he's trying to escape away. Down to 47. He gets taken down. All right. Archmage is now down. Level 5. Farseer, level 5 Tauren Chieftain, level 3 Stomp is in play. As you can see, this massive stun across the majority of that backline army. Kodo Beast also eating up a Spellbreaker as well, as this is definitely going in Hankk's favor now that there are 2 heroes versus 1, as the Mountain King just doesn't have the necessary mana. Chain Lightning also bouncing around as well. 43 supply compared to 49. Both sides suffering pretty heavy losses, but what is remaining of an Equalix's army, the massive Spellbreakers Mountain King, is actually very effective against the Farseer Tauren Chieftain lineup here. Mountain King wants to get a Stormbolt off onto the Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast down to 181 hit points. Raider is actually a bit slowed up as well. Perhaps should just go after the Raider. No, chases and gets stuck behind the Raider long enough only to realize, wait a second, I need to protect my main base too. All right. More mining getting underway here. Mountain King going to get in a little bit more fight. There goes that. Well, come on, Shaman. Down to 4 hit points. Finally getting taken. Now there more engagement back and forth. Ensnare onto a Spellbreaker as the Spellbreaker moves back off to the north. All right, bit of a marathon match in this game. Only, what, like 30 seconds or 10 seconds of reprieve in the action constantly, as we're seeing these long, drawn-out fights. Mountain King shows up to the party here, used up a Clarity Potion. There's a Thunderclap trying to slow things down. Grunt with a Lightning Shield, still adding up more damage. More peasants will need to be repaired here. Mountain King doesn't have the mana, and Alex is once more in trouble, down to 37 supply compared to 58. But Hankk hasn't found a way to quite close the door out on this game. He is sitting nearly at level 6, and Hankk is in a good position to try and close things out if he brings the proper units and, well, and perhaps regroups up just enough. If he's able to, if he's able to gather himself up, it could be a very, very good thing. However, one thing to note, the Mountain King was the only hero alive for Equalix, so he does end up... Oh, there's a Tome of Knowledge being left behind. He is closer to level 6 than either the Tauren Chieftain or that... Well, actually, let me double check the Tauren Chieftain. 50 experience away, 60... Okay. Well, we can both agree that they are both very, very close to level 6. Poor Alex, he just wanted to use his name. EQU, I like... EQUALEX. Sorry, Alex. Equalix just sounds pretty... I like that. I like Equalix as a handle. Orc Heroes just got more XP due to the Kodo Digest. Oh, alright. Is that what happened there? That's probably what happened there. Well, accidental auto attack. I was just like, are you trying to clear up supply but taking down the Raider and then using the healing salve and then removing it again? I am so confused. All right, next level plays. Coming back around, Mountain King is currently invisible. Archmage is right there. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement. Mountain King now trying to run on 4. Tauren Chieftain says, surprise, I'm now in your backline, and getting a massive stun across the entire backline here. Mountain King says, you know what? Same thing. I did the same thing as well, as both sides are going to continue to fight. Chain Lightning bouncing around. Here comes another Thunderclap. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 6. Mountain King sitting at level 6 as well, as both sides are fighting their way through. Mountain King does have Avatar. Now comes in for another Thunderclap, trying to bash in more damage as the Wind Riders are pushing in damage too. Tauren Chieftain now not caring about his health at all, since he does have Reincarnation, as we also have Earthquake. to shut down the expansion. Expansion repairs should normally be in order as the Farseer gets taken down after it was channeling. Mountain King comes in with the Stormbolt for the stop, and then surrounding with Militia for the kill as the Tauren Chieftain is still battling it up. There is another Thunderclap here. Multiple Grunts getting slowed and taken down here. A couple more shots, and that should be enough. Look at the low hit point. Grunts being able to run away. How is that Grunt able to run away from this battle and still survive as the Water Elementals trying to finish off another Grunt there? All right, Archmage sitting at level 5, very close to level 6. Water Elemental should be joining in on this battle as the Tauren Chieftain may just try and stick around in this fight to try and take down more peasants, but he has to be careful as the Mountain King with Stormbolt and Archmage with Water Elemental surrounds could spell a problem. Tauren Chieftain now able to back away. Mountain King not able to do very much, still regenerating hit points, trying to chase up with that Boots of Speed, but with the level 2 Endurance Aura of the Tauren Chieftain, unable to catch up on that distance. All right. All right, Wind Rider coming back around here. Sorceresses are here ready to, well, defend in this location. No more Arcane Tower. Little bit of long distance mining is in order as there's only 70 gold left in the main gold mine here. And well, long distance gold mines going into the corner. Tauren Chieftain regenerating a bit of hit points, dropping a pendant of energy as well to try and recover a bit more. 50 supply compared to 44. 5,000 gold, 6,000 gold compared to 5,000 gold. Both sides running up on one base. Both sides have been in this no upkeep, low upkeep, battling back and forth. It says the Tauren Chieftain's reincarnation was triggered and is currently on cooldown, but I don't believe that happened. I would expect the Tauren Chieftain to actually have more hit points and mana if that was actually the case, as a major Thunderclap starts the party. All right, followed by a Stomp. Both sides coming in with big damage. There's a stun onto the Kodo Beast, as Hankk is going to lose that Kodo Beast there. But a big stun coming back around once again. Ensnares going around. There's the Thunderclap as the Tauren Chieftain still tries to fight this battle. 42 supply to compare to 42 supply. We are still very, very much dead even. But the Thunderclap's damage is starting to win in this battle of attrition. Both sides suffering damage here, but the Thunderclap damage is just that much higher, even though it doesn't slow or stop damage as much. Alex now up to level 7 on that Mountain King with level 3 Stormbolt. Should be able to finish off that Tauren Chieftain if he wants, as damage is adding in back there. There goes the Stomp. There goes the reincarnation. We're going to see a quick surround here. Tauren Chieftain, Mountain King is right there. There's a giant Stomp. Chain Lightning coming back around. And then Hankk said, do you miss me, Tauren Chieftain? As both sides are fighting their way through. Are we going to see some sort of Scroll of Town Portal transfer onto that Tauren Chieftain? Tauren Chieftain does get the Scroll of Town Portal transfer and is able to back away. So many peasants lost and so much damage done trying to take down a level 6 Tauren Chieftain. Coming back around the other side here, that Tauren Chieftain, we both knew it would be we all knew it would be a potential problem there. Archmage is sitting now at level 6, mass teleport to move across the map very efficiently. Tauren Chieftain, how are they going to try and combat this? We are looking at, well, control magic on a bunch of dire wolves. The dire wolves actually fighting against these peons here, and Hankk may end up losing a couple of peasants or peons. One more critical strike should be all that's enough, as we're looking at these peons continuing to, well, suffer quite a bit of damage. Coming back the other way, Tauren Chieftain now trying to lead the charge back off to the north. Mountain King comes in with the Stormbolt, does stun it down. This could potentially be a problem. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? Are we going to see a Stomp going back the other way? There's a Scroll of Speed, as the Archmage could be in trouble. There is another Stomp onto that back line, followed by a Chain Lightning, and the Archmage could be in trouble, down to 173 hit points, trying to get away. There's invisibility, and it looks like it will be able to back there. Stomp goes onto the back line once more. Lightning Shield, followed by Stomp, followed by Chain Lightning, as the entire back line of casters down in a moment. Archmage is in trouble. Archmage is dead, as the level 7 Tauren Chieftain, level 6 Farseer get a bit of their revenge once more. All right, Raider could get taken down to 91 hit points. This Spellbreaker should not be chasing and the main heroes any longer. Should really be going after that Raider there. He's going to be far too far from the rest of the army as he makes his way back out. Meanwhile, Grunt well, perhaps just trying to throw his life away to take down a couple of peasants, gets easily splashed out by those water elementals. All right. Can Spellbreaker steal the Orc sprint buff? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. But that Spellbreaker did look like it was moving really, really quickly. Farseer now making rounds back out. We may be looking at another, well, perhaps an attempt of using Earthquake to try and start winning a base trade situation. All right, Farseer backing away here. There is a, 3,000 gold left in this gold mine, and that is it. We are 26 minutes into this game and still no clear winner or leader into this game so far, as the Archmage is getting resurrected. All right, there is Earthquake there to try and slow things down. Mountain King going to quickly make its way over, perhaps get a Stormbolt off onto the Farseer, and there in comes a giant Stomp as well, followed by a Chain Lightning, giving level 7 to the Farseer once more. Beautiful 1-2 punch right there, as many of the peasants are now in a bit of trouble. Tauren Chieftain going to throw down a Stomp, but not realizing that, well, half of the army is Spellbreakers. Not going to really take that much. Once more, Mountain King trying to chase back the other way. Are we going to see a Stormbolt go back onto the Farseer? No, we are not. Mountain King trying to close in on that distance, but Scroll of Speed coupled with Endurance Aura and well, will outlast and outrun away that particular fight. Mountain King wants a little bit of blood and is going to find a Shaman right here if he can catch up and close in on that distance, getting, well, the second to last hit. Coming back off to the north, Archmage has been resurrected, and this is something that I was a bit surprised about. Based on the timing, if Hankk had tried to go and use Earthquake against the main buildings here, take down these farms, take down this Altar of Kings, it may have actually been able to shut it down and stop the resurrection onto this Archmage. This Archmage represents a lot of mana for the Mountain King, the Priest, and the Sorceresses alongside the Spellbreakers. Not going after the after that main Altar of Kings to try and reset the building or the resurrection on that Archmage, or at least make it expensive by going to the tavern, could have been a defining difference. Coming back once more, another big battle coming in. There's another giant Stomp, Thunderclap coming back the other way. Tauren Chieftain still has mana. There is a Lightning Shield, Chain Lightning trying to bounce around. All of those peasants pretty much taken down. Once more, as the Raiders are looking to finish this off, are we going to see another Earthquake? Yes, we are. Farseer comes in with an Earthquake, but gets quickly stunned by the Mountain King. Is it going to be enough to finish things, as the Peasant is unable to do any repairs as he gets ensnared? All right. Expansion lost with 2,800 gold left. Meanwhile, Hankk still mining away, still having 1,500 gold left in his bank. All right, coming back through Archmage, Spellbreakers, Water Elemental coming back in. And Kaliwag, even if you agree with me on that, one of the key things to note is that Hankk doesn't have, well, a map hack to see that the Altar of Kings was not done resurrecting the Archmage. It's one of those things where if you know the timing and you have full information on the map, then you can always make the right decision. But in that instance, it just was not known. Archmage picks up a Tome of Knowledge. Mountain King going to finish off more peasants here. Are we going to be looking at some long-distance mining? No, we are not. Farseer are going to be coming back into the position as the units are backing away. Mass Teleport. Archmage able to get back into position and defend. 27 supply army compared to 27, as both sides are starting to replenish their units. Coming back through, Tauren Chieftain comes in with a Stomp for a stun. Chain Lightning bouncing around that backside here. Thunderclap slowing down the Farseer. Farseer does have a potion of invisibility. Is he going to use it? Yes, he uses it, as he's able to get away. And what was this? Farseer with the potion of invisibility. Tauren Chieftain getting thunderclapped there. Going to throw down a Stomp to go back the other way. And both sides are just losing units left and right. There's another thunderclap slowing down and taking down two Raiders. Grunt is going to have a very, very bad day indeed. Raider is going to have a very bad day. And this 27 supply army versus 27 supply army is once again neck and neck, as the Mountain King may be able to line up and get a Stormbolt off. Nope, doesn't even need the Stormbolt. The Shaman turned back around to purge, ends up getting killed for all of his efforts. All right. This is... with a game like this, you can see how Warcraft 3 introduced the MOBA with the heroes completely carrying the game, running around, taking down units, and getting stronger. It almost looks like a game of Dota, League of Legends, Heroes of Newerth, and all of the other um, MOBA style games so far. Archmage at level 6, Mountain King at level 7, going up against 2 level 7 Orc heroes, and this game is still not completed. Now, Alex has not done any additional mining since his expansion was lost. He is currently just harvesting lumber inside his base, not even doing long distance mining, and that is actually a bit scary. We are looking at Hankk, who is now finally out of gold. There is a bit of a 2,800 gold difference, obviously, as both sides are now just, well, it looks as though Alex is just trying to gain a little bit of additional experience. And in comes a Chain Lightning. Are we going to see a Stomp here? Stomp trying to come in from the side. There's a Stormbolt instead onto the Tauren Chieftain, and that little bit of delay could be all the difference as the Tauren Chieftain now goes after the rest of the casters. Archmage in the back. However, the Chain Lightning, the Archmage was not near any additional units, as the Archmage does have a Ring of Regeneration, but that's not going to be enough. Farseer, however, falls first as the Mountain King, while Water Elemental is getting dropped down. Level 8 now on the Tauren Chieftain, as we see a Thunderclap slowing down, taking down 2 additional Raiders once more. Tauren Chieftain could get taken down. Mountain King, however, doesn't have enough mana to finish off that. Doesn't have enough mana to finish off the Tauren Chieftain. I don't believe the Reincarnation. Yeah, the Reincarnation should be ready to go. Mountain King unable to finish anything off there, as there is now one peasant trying to go up against a Grunt and a Raider, and well, in comes the rest of the army. All right, Grunts are here, Raiders are here. Mountain King says, surprise, I am here to take down the rest of your units. You have no additional support. 18 supply, now down to 15, will be down to 12 after this last fight here. Is the level 8 Mountain King going to be able to beat the level 8 Tauren Chieftain? The Ring of Regeneration no longer on that Mountain King. I know I love to talk about Rings of Regeneration. I just find that they're undervalued so much by so many players. But then again, I am not that high. Like in terms of numbers, they represent a large amount of hit points. But in the heat of a battle, when you need a sudden burst of 500 hit points, I understand that the Potion of Healing, or the Health Stone for that matter, is better. All right, heroes back and forth. Heroes still going back and forth. We're looking at 18 supply compared to 7. The Tauren Chieftain alongside 1 Shaman. This is the Orc army right here. And he is trying to carry the battle on his back. Tauren Chieftain could end up just getting taken down here, and what may be trying to do is just trigger the regeneration or the reincarnation here, as the Shaman now backs away, and we'll be heading back. Are we looking at resurrection? Yes, we are. We are getting a resurrection on the Farseer. Level 7 Farseer is slowly getting resurrected. Tauren Chieftain is back out here onto the battlefield. We could be looking at a Stomp here to try and slow things down, finish off the High Priest, finish off the Forest Troll Warlord, get a little bit of additional gold, and perhaps buy some additional items as well. Tauren Chieftain, key thing to note is that he does, that reincarnation is currently on cooldown, but his opponent does not know that. Coming back the other side, Archmage is getting resurrected as well. Mountain King sold off many of his items in order to get his brother in arms back out onto the battlefield. With all of this said and done, I think we have enough for maybe one more battle. Where is that one peasant? Oh, one peasant carrying that sack of gold a long, long distance. Coming back around here, more long distance mining coming in from the peons as well. And we are still, not quite sure where this game is going. Archmage, Mass Teleport could be the difference with 23 supply army. A much larger army compared to the 12 supply army, and this is after both of these heroes are resurrected. If the Farseer can perhaps head off to the north, get a little bit of mana, Clarity Potion buys a Scroll of Speed, has a Pendant of Energy, which is pretty much unnecessary at this point in stage in the game. You're not You don't really need to be maxed out on mana as opposed to, well, nope, never mind, I take it back. Gives it and hands it to the Tauren Chieftain instead, who now has 460 mana and has plenty of stomps to go around. We are also looking at Shadow Wolves, looking to do a bit of scouting to figure out where his opponent is as well. Yeah, trying to base race against an a mass teleporting alter. Oh, come on! Don't even attack. Come on, control magic. There we go. Yeah, attacking in that situation seems like a bit of an unnecessary risk. Archmage is back out onto the battlefield here. Does have level 2 Brilliant Aura. We're trying to line things up. Selling the Ring of Regeneration at this point in the stage in the game does make sense. Selling the Claws of Attack also makes sense, as you're just trying to perhaps get an additional priest out onto the battlefield here. 2 additional priests, but how quickly are they going to be taken down by Stomp and Chain Lightning? All right, Helm of Valor being picked up. Strength and Agility onto that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain north of 1,400 hit points if he is at full hit points. And that Reincarnation, well, it looks as though this is still bugged out a bit. I think there's only 60 seconds left on that Reincarnation timer, as the Tauren Chieftain did, I think, fall quite some time ago. All right. Clarity Potion on the Farseer, as well as we're preparing for this upcoming next battle. Archmage should sell the ring. Yeah, I would have sold the Ring of Regeneration in that particular situation. At this point in the game, you know that you are getting into the end game scenario, and the amount of hit points that you're going to recover from the Archmage not as important as, say, an additional priest out onto the battlefield who is able to heal at the right time, at the right place. All right, Alex going to finish off this last Forest Troll. Berserker has a little bit of gold left. Could try and, well, mine a little bit more gold, but no, the Peasant going to get taken down as well. Long distance mining now completely halted for Alex. Meanwhile, still 5 peons running that long distance into the corners, as the Great Hall here is going to end up getting taken down. Mountain King taking a little bit of damage per swipe onto this Great Hall. He's the only melee attacker on this in this army here. And then he doesn't really gain anything by taking down this Great Hall other than, well, trying to get a leg up in the base race. All right, Mass Teleport, Archmage. Well, oh, he feigned Mass Teleport. Earthquake now coming back in. Farseer is able to, well, start to win the base race here, as we can see a good amount of damage being done to the buildings. Tauren Chieftain now going to try and dive on in once more. Why don't we see a Mass Teleport? I don't know. The mana was also used as well, and that was a problem. Are we going to turn this into a true base race? That is the question, and this would be pretty anticlimactic here, as we're looking at the units now trying to make their way back out. Oh, he tried to Mass Teleport onto a building that was destroyed. Not finding the right timing, that was key there. And now we're going to see a giant stomp go down. Chain Lightning now bouncing around across all of those units. Are we going to see enough invisibility, as the Archmage does turn invisible? There is a dust of appearance onto the Archmage, a chain wave, shockwave, finishing off the remainder of these priests here. And now suddenly the Archmage having a Ring of Regeneration makes absolute sense. Tauren Chieftain looking to, well, not get taken on. Archmage is still temporarily alive here, as he's trying to run back away to land another attack, as the Archmage is invisible but no longer spotted. We are looking at the Farseer now in a little bit of trouble. There is a Chain Lightning finishing off one last unit, and the units will be trying to back away once more. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, a tactical retreat. Archmage with Ring of Regeneration will be able to get back up to at least, 400, if not 500 hit points into this next battle. Spellbreakers and Mountain Kings are all that are left, as the Archmage now charges out across the battlefield. All right, Archmage is currently invisible. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain low on hit points. Farseer low on hit points, as the Farseer and Tauren Chieftain with their Stomp and Chain Lightning have been able to do a large amount of damage. Mountain King shows up to the party and says, Stormbolt, here's a surprise for you. Archmage, well, trying to finish off this Tauren Chieftain. There's a Stomp there, little bit of damage. Archmage could try and get in a little bit of blocking, but the Endurance Aura level 3 is just so fast moving on that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain already off to the races. Doesn't need any boots, all of that physical training allowing him to run off to the north and get away from the Archmage, who does not have boots of speed any longer. Farseer going to come back around the other side. He has invisibility. He wants to try and win this game with Earthquake. And in a scenario like this, I believe it is the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer that generally wins out. Shockwave does a fair amount of damage. Oh no, Tauren Chieftain trying to engage here. Storm, Chain Lightning units trying to back away. Tauren Chieftain could get taken down. Tauren Chieftain does get taken down, but the reincarnation was ready. The cooldown timer was completely off once more. All right, Farseer trying to come back around the other way here. Are we going to see some damage go down onto that Farseer? Archmage. Archmage gets stomped there. There's a Chain Lightning. Are we going to see a Shockwave? No Shockwave as the Tauren Chieftain unable to finish it up. Farseer trying to close in on that distance. Tauren Chieftain going to get as close as it possibly can and now try and chase down that Archmage. Archmage, Scroll of Speed, Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain again to buy a little bit of time. Mountain King purposely getting in the path of the Tauren Chieftain, and it's still not enough. Archmage is just standing back the other side. There goes another stomp. Shockwave, a little bit of a scissor move right there between the attack on the Lightning and the Shockwave as Hankk edges out winning, even though he had the smaller army in over the final 10 minutes. Hankk gets the win. Alex gives the GG and leaves the game. I don't know if he gave the GG, but yeah, a beautiful game back and forth. In the end, the ability of the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer to be able to take down buildings with Earthquake and Shockwave generally can win out over an Archmage and a Mountain King. Adding the fact that a stomp with a level 3 Chain Lightning completely destroys all of the casters. The heroes no longer have support, and that's what we saw there. Yes, the Spellbreakers were still there to try and help, but without slow, without the heals, the Archmage and the Mountain King couldn't last in that endurance race. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.